What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog here today. And right now, I have the pleasure to talk with UFC featherweight fighter, Mr. TJ Brown. Hello, TJ. Welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today?
I'm great, man. I just finished up some good training with my buddy Bryce Mitchell and Rolly Delgado. Glad to be here with you, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time, sir. How was your training session?
It was good, man. You know, I'm cutting back a bit on my nutrition, so it's a bit tougher than normal, while I'm cutting weight. But it was a good session. Mind's in a good place, body's in a good place, so we're right on schedule.
And now that you mention it, what about the weight cutting?
It's going good, man. I'm actually ahead of schedule, so the weight's coming down good. Although I'm a bit mad I can't eat, my weight's in a good place, and after my fight, I'll be able to eat all I want.
I imagine you didn't do much for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was tough, man. I didn't get to eat good for Christmas or New Year's, so I guess my opponent will have to pay for that.
Well, that serves, as motivation. It fuels you for your fight, right?
For sure.
So listen, you are coming off your first UFC victory after outpointing Kai Kamaka III in May. Both of you had your moments during that fight, which looked pretty closed, especially, in the first two rounds, at least in my opinion. While the third one, I scored it totally in your favor. But in the second frame, you hurt your opponent, but then you got dropped in your turn. I would like to to discuss a little bit what was going through your mind at that point in the fight.
I just in that second round, I just started really finding my rhythm, finding my range. I was landing really good, and then boom, all of a sudden I get caught. But man, to be honest with you, this is something I've been very familiar with my entire career. There's many ups and downs that come with fighting in general, and this is a place I've been there before. So, it's just at that point I'm just trying to stay cool, man. Get back in good position and remind myself there's plenty of time on the clock. If there's time on that clock, there's always a chance for me to win.
After recovering from those shots, you also attacked Kamaka with Kimura. How tight was that submission attempt?
Yeah, it was there, dude. He's just tough, man. That guy is tough. It was there. I think most people would have tapped to that, and I guess next time we're just going to rip their arm off.
As I said, I scored the third round in your favor. You then went on to win the fight via split decision. But I would like to hear your opinion on the judge who scored all three rounds in favor of your opponent.
Yeah, it's that's the thing about fighting. You shouldn't leave it up to the judges if you can. First and foremost, I want to go in there and try to finish my fights, but it's a serious problem. If in the UFC, the highest level of MMA, we can't get better judges than this, or we can't find a way to get some knowledgeable people in there for judging, it's a real problem. It's a serious problem that is costing fighters like myself a lot of money. We sacrifice a lot for months on ends, go broke, trying to get to these fights. And then to get someone that's uneducated, that can't make a good judging decision to cause me to lose this money and to lose a fight, it's heartbreaking and something that we need to take serious as a sport and get fixed, so I see it happening all the time, and it's a serious problem.
Do you think that there is a solution for this issue?
Yeah, I would
Please.
think let's try to get, in my opinion, I think we need to try to get some veteran fighters, some people that may have fought before. And then even if not, let's get people having to go through some courses, man. Not like a weekend course or a day course. Let's get some maybe a year course that so that we know these people are educated, and let's continue to educate them as you know, you say you get certified or whatever it is a year ago. Every 6 months to a year you have to continue to get educated and continue to take tests so that these things can happen, because you know there's no excuse for the sport to be as mainstream as it is and us not have quality judging.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm 100% with you on that. You are now scheduled to take on UFC vet Gabriel Benitez on January the 15th. What do you expect from your next opponent?
You know, I'm not the guy you're going to find to bad mouth or down or talk bad about my opponent. But some things I see that are black and white is that I feel that he's on a bit of a decline in his career. You know, he's lost several fights. And I think I'm really just getting into my stride. I think now is my time. I think I've really built some momentum off my last fight. I've learned some from my mistakes. You know, it's kind of like with my Contender Series fight, I knocked the door open.
Yeah.
But as soon as I knocked the door open, I tripped over my own feet. But you know what? I got back up, and after that fight, I'm back standing. I'm back standing tall, and now it's time to really show people my potential and how good I am.
As you said, as you mentioned, your UFC path began with a couple of losses. After you secured your UFC contract on Dana White Contender Series, I don't know what happened, you know, in your, you know, in those two fights. Were you, I don't know, a little bit starstruck for the UFC debut, or was there anything going on in your life at that point? What happened, if I may ask?
Yeah. So no, it's just no problem. You know, the first fight I was winning the entire fight. You know, if you go back and watch the fight, I was winning the whole fight, beating the guy, standing up on the ground, beating him the whole fight, and then got got caught in a weird submission. You know, and these things happen. You know, like this isn't baseball, this isn't football. These things happen. You know, things can change in a moment. And man, I was on the receiving end of one of those times, and I got. You know, these things happen, but it'll never happen again. And then the second fight, you know, I took that on a week notice. You know, I wasn't prepared like I should have been, and that's another mistake that I learned from, and it won't happen again. You know, I'll be prepared, just like I was in my last fight, and as I will for this upcoming fight. So, you know, it's just like life, man. These are lessons, these are bumps in the road, but lessons I've learned from, and these things happen, you know. And I finally got my stride, and we're about to see the best version of me.
Do you regret taking that fight on short notice?
It was a mistake, you know. I think I wouldn't have learned the lessons from that if it wouldn't have happened. So I wouldn't change it. But of course I regret it. It was a mistake, you know, because I should have been in a better place physically and mentally, and should have took it more seriously.
Understood, sir. You mentioned before that once the fight, you know, once your upcoming fight is over, you're going to eat a lot, you're going to do a lot of things, and I would like to know, what are you going to do
After my fight? You know, anytime a fighter's cutting weight, that'll be the first thing I'll tell you after I get done with my fight. I'm going to eat, and your boy likes to eat, man. So I'm definitely going to eat. Spend some time with my son, you know, and maybe do a little fishing, you know, just relax, you know. But but everything's within moderation, you know, because I have goals of getting a few UFC wins this year, making some money and making some good investments.
Best of luck with your goals. I asked about your plans since I saw your picture on your Instagram with you and your son fishing, and I'd like to know, where do you usually like to go fishing with your son?
You know, luckily I live in Arkansas, and there's places to go everywhere: rivers, lakes, ponds, and just anywhere in the great state of Arkansas, man. I love to fish, and this is a great place to do it.
The card on which you are fighting is headlined by the fight between Giga Chikadze and Kattar. I'd like to hear your pick for this fight.
I'm a Kattar fan. I love boxing, and I love his ability to box so well. However, man, the kicks from Giga are going to be a problem. But I think if Kattar has the ability to walk him down, put his hands on him, I think he can win. So, but I will be honest with you, this is a fight I wouldn't bet on. You know, I like to bet on fights, but this is one I wouldn't bet on.
I'm pretty sure you will watch it closely since it's your weight category after all, right?
Yeah.
And in your opinion, should the winner of this fight get a title shot?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there's some others in line. You know, I'm not sure if they should get a straight to title shot, to be honest.
Okay, no worries, no worries. So, sir, thank you very much for sharing with us today your thoughts. Do you have any last message before I let you go?
You know, I would just like to thank you for giving me this platform to get on here and talk. I also want to thank my two gyms I've been going to, Westside MMA and Glory MMA. Also want to thank my management, Iridium agents. I'd like to take this time to thank everyone that has helped me, whether it's with my training, helps cover my classes, and also the people that's helped with my son during camp. You know, during camp, I'm so busy training and doing different things. I appreciate everyone that's helps with my son, whether that's watching him or helping him, whatever it is. And I just wanted to give a shout out to them and give a big thanks to everyone.
Sir, it's never easy, you know, to be a professional athlete, a father. So all my respect for that. Thank you very much once again. Best of luck with your upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
Thanks, man.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.